Hey folks, Landstryder here, and you're watching episode 37 in season 2 of my Nightmare series, hanging out here in Agrarian Skies. And from between this episode and the last, you might be able to notice behind me, based on the liquid monitor there, I've had a texture update to my Sortex. So a few of the textures are looking a lot nicer now. Extra Cells has some textures that didn't before. X Aliquo has better textures in this pack. And that is, I was hanging out on the Sortex website looking for mariculture updates. Of course, there wasn't any. You can see mariculture still got the low res. And blood magic, and unfortunately neither of those were updated, but I did notice that they had a special pack now available just for the Agrarian Skies. So if I look in my resource packs, I have Sortex Agrarian Skies 2.7.2 texture pack, and then the other one that seemed to be majorly affected, and you can kind of see it there, but you can really see it in my inventory when I open my Thaumonomicon. You can see that that looks entirely different, and the interface is nice and clean, much cleaner. The icons in here are a little different looking, a lot smoother. So yeah, that's looking nice. I added these sound mufflers down here all around my altar, because I noticed in the last video every time I come down here, the noise of things dying was just overpowering. I altered this room a little bit underneath here, made it bigger, moved out the vacuum hoppers, and brought them down here because these vacuum hoppers were actually interfering with the vacuum hopper up there. Now unfortunately, because I made this room a little bigger than I probably should have, the vacuum hoppers don't quite cover the very center cross here. So this very center strip going down in all four directions, they don't get things in there, but not very much falls there. So I'm not really losing anything. I'm not like I needed any of that stuff anyway, so I just mainly have the vacuum hoppers there to keep the item entities count down. You can see the open block elevator looks slightly different. Nice, not too much different than what it did before. Before it was just a plain white block, really, but at least now, well, it's different. That's all. I don't know if I would say better or not. It kept my favorite version of the thermal expansion texture. So there's a couple different versions that Sortex offers for the thermal expansion textures. Anyway, enough about textures. Moving right on. The hopper quest, or the piston quest, has completed, and for the hoarding. If I open that, and I can go ahead and claim this reward. That just happened a few moments before I started recording. And I get 2 lives and an epic bag. Oh, sweet! Finally, an epic reward that is truly epic. That is truly epic. Look at that, 16 silverwoods. I'll be able to have a silverwood forest. And 8 more ore nodes. I am stoked about that. That is, in fact, I will go put them in my chest down here. An epic reward that was truly epic. Okay. Gosh, that leaves me almost speechless. But not quite. Let's keep moving forward and start another quest for the hoarding. So, not the end. That one I need to do for 2 reasons. One, I need to turn this quest in, and 2, I need endstone for being able to get my ender bees, because ender bees require, not only do they require being set up in the end, which, if you remember last episode, I went and killed the ender dragon just so I would be able to peacefully set up some bees in the end. Don't need that bridge extended right now. But in order to get the bees to actually breed, they need end stone around, and as you've seen when I was over there, it's a void. There is no end stone over there, so you can't get end stone that way. So I've made a stone barrel, and I'm going to set up this stone barrel. I need an export bus, which I have plenty of those available. Export bus. I'm also going to want an import bus for the bottom, and I will probably want a level emitter, because I don't want to keep making end stone if I don't need it. And then I'm going to come out here, make sure I got plenty of flight. I do, because I already have an easy place for to set this up, which is right over here, because as you recall, this is where my lava comes in. Oh, yeah, there's another nice visual upgrade. The Tesseracts look a little different now in this texture pack, so I kind of like that improvement. So I'm going to put that right there. That's going to immediately start filling up with lava, and it should stay nice and full. So if I put this precision export bus on top, there we go, which means I don't need that piece of, yeah, that doesn't need to be there right now. And then I want to import gosh, I could just import from the side, I think. Let's try it. I know I can import from the bottom, but and then I want to put into that, I believe it's glowstone? Yeah, glowstone should give me end stone in there. Okay, let's try this. Come on back out here. Tell this to export glowstone. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, there's the end stone. And it looks like I need to pull out the bottom. Yeah. Yeah. So this one has to come down to the bottom. And I'm going to need to get a piece of cable, or two. A couple pieces of cable. Okay, and bring that, oops, well, that was a piece I didn't need. I don't need that there now. Bring it down to there, and now it should, yeah, there we go. Look at that. It's just going to make end stone like mad. And that's why I need the level emitter. So once the system has a certain amount of end stone, I don't think I need any more than a stack at any given time. I want to shut this one off, so I'm going to tell this, well, let's go get some end stone. I'm not too worried about it overproducing right now because I have to have 1,000 or so for quest. Might even be more than that. I'll have to check it here in a second. But now if I look in here for end stone, I see that I'm rapidly gaining end stone. And come back over here. Now I can set this level emitter up and toss that in there. I want to tell it +1. I want to tell it to be on if there's, so I want to say emit when levels are below 64, and I want to tell this to only work with a signal. So it's going to go ahead and start it's going to keep working until, okay, well, it looks like I got my stack in the system now and it stopped. So that won't export until I use up some of what's in here. So now I can tell this, no longer is it going to export that, it's going to export endstone. Oop, that's not the book I want this book. And if I come back in here and select this task, tell it to do that, it should be going right to exporting a bunch of this. Now the export bus is a little faster than the item hopper, and like in this case, like where I have a lot more of it, it doesn't have to take time to craft it. I was thinking that maybe I could do something to make that go a little faster, and the thing I was thinking about was some item ducts. If I take 2 item ducts and a pneumatic, ooh, don't know if I like that graphic for a pneumatic. And I take and stick these item ducts right here. And give these a little adjustment. That doesn't need to go in there. This needs to be pulled. Oop. No. You can stay going like that, and then this pulls out of the item hopper. Put that in there. Tell this to ignore redstone signal. Oh, the interface is cleaner now too. Nice. And make sure that it didn't actually manage to stick any endstone in here. I didn't think it would be able to, but so it didn't. So that should, now if I tell this to go ahead and move stacks, and that will, even though the hopper can only move items into the delivery system so fast, the duct will pull out anything left over and immediately put it in there, up to a stack at a time. So that should improve that. Now I've just got to wait for the system out there to catch up. It shouldn't take too long. Yeah, we're already at 25%. So while that's finishing up, I want to do something else that I've been needing to do for a while. I've noticed my drives are like always, a bunch of them are in the red. And I've made storage devices, some 64s, a few of them. The thing of that is, though, I need to get the stuff out of these old drives and into the new drives. So for that, I'm going to need to make, or I would like to make, the easiest way to do that would be to make a, where is it at? I/O port. This sucker right here. And I'm going to go ahead and craft this stuff by hand, just because I think some of the stuff might be needed as for the what you call it, what is it? Not crafting. Let me see what's up there. Jungle wood. Having a problem with jungle wood, huh? Am I out of jungle wood? It looks like I am out of jungle wood. Okay, so sidetrack. I need to update this recipe to use oak wood, because that is what I have most of. I had it using rubber wood because I didn't really have any other use for rubber wood. But now that it seems to have completely run out of that, I'm going to switch it to oak wood. Which means I also need to switch this to use oak wood. And hopefully I probably need to switch the piston recipe too. Okay, that's good for now. Well, let's just get the piston recipe while I'm thinking about it, or I'll forget and I'll wonder why I can't make a piston next time I go to make one. There we go. Those should be the only ones that are using the oak wood right now. Don't have sticks, do I? No, I don't even have sticks encoded yet. Okay, so now if I ask for a chest, it should, yeah, there we go. That's better. And IO port. There we go. That is what my goal was. I need one of these babies. Can go right there. So now I can take out these drives, and they're full of stuff. So I'll start with these two, and I'll tell them to empty these out, put them, and as soon as they're done emptying back into the system, it's going to move them over here. See, now this one's empty. I've got two empties, and then I can put these two empty, bigger storage devices up in there. And I can take these ones, and I can take the storage cluster that's in them out, and toss them into the system to be used to craft other ones. So now I got a full drive bank of this stuff. And if I go ahead and toss in some of these big storage, pull out the little ones, I should be able to start emptying these all out back into the system, and I don't think it's gonna use up all that space, because I think most of my problem on these drives on the lower was out of space, not necessarily item types. So yeah, there we go. Those are all empty now. Toss these two ones in. These should be all empty now. Yes, yes. Empty, empty. Okay, those are all empty now. Oop, did I miss one? I did miss one. Get that one in there. There we go. So now I'm just gonna empty these all out real quick of their clusters, and then I can use those clusters to make bigger clusters. That's why I didn't make quite enough to fill up all the drive bays, because I knew I would have some of these clusters left after I tore these ones down. Okay, so if I look for cluster, I need to make, how many of these? 5 more? Cluster, make 5 of those. And come up here and check on the progress. It's going through that pretty quick. I made a bunch of, well, I had a bunch of processors pre-made. Obviously, it's gotten to the point where it's used up all the ones that I had pre-made, at least the advanced processors. Hopefully, I have enough of the regular ones. Still 31. Yeah, it's used a bunch of them real fast. So if I look for cluster, a cluster and an empty storage housing, I can now craft those into the 64Ks and add them back into the system. So how's this going? Now I'm just using up item types on all of these. I have plenty of space available. These guys up here doing just fine. Plenty of space up here. Looks like I'm doing just fine now with the storage. I'll just let that auto craft those clusters and move right along. How are we doing on the ender storage? Already up to, or the ender stone. Already up to 69%. Kind of want to turn this off for a minute. If I just take that out of there for a second, because I need a stack of end stone. I want to get over there and start that process. And it won't take long for that to generate, because that is one of my primary goals this episode, is to get those bees working. I want to get my jaded bee so I can start getting some purple dye, and the jaded bee has some really nice traits that I want to be able to use in making a super bee template. Yeah, we'll call it the super bee template, which basically is just going to have all the best of the best traits. And the way that I discovered that that is one of the bees that I want, and also how I found that the doctoral bee was one of the ones I wanted. So that's why I did that. Is to look up the serum. So if I look for, let's say, lifespan, we can see, oh wow, new graphics for that. Interesting. Cool. So we can see the different levels of lifespan: long, shorter, longest, elongated, normal, longest, which is the best. If I just click that, it'll show me what bees I could possibly get that from. And there's a few that actually have the longest. Phantasmal, Avenging, Doctoral, I would be able to get the longest from. So once I know this is the trait that I want, and I pick one of these bees, I have a relic bee now too, I think. I just click on that. It's going to show me what I need to breed to it. Okay, Timely Lordly. Then I click on that. I just go back until I find bee species that I currently have, and then I go, okay, so I'll start there. I put them together, move on up to each one of those, through each one of those generations until I get the doctoral, and that is just, a bunch of putting bees in the advanced mutatron, tossing them in this apiary at the end, the one that's for that shortens their lifespan to as minimally as I can get it with the industrial things, because you can't put any more than 4 lifespan upgrades in one of these. But yeah, I mean, you see me do it once on a previous episode to get through a few of the bee species. It's just the same process over and over again. You just decide what bee you want. And, like, say if I wanted a Phantasmal one, I would go, okay, well then I need a Spectral and an Ender Drone. Of course, this is why I am getting the stuff ready to go over to the end. So, but, Spectral needs a Hermetic and another Ender Drone, and a Monostatic. The Monostatic is problematic because Monostatic doesn't have a prior species, and you can't get it from a beehive. You must get it from a trade with a villager, which is, I'm hoping I will have something for that next episode. I'm definitely not going to get to it this one, but let me go get my end stone. Yep, got my end stone, and I can go ahead and turn this back on to start exporting again. And then I can go over here to the end. Wait, yeah, I already have some scented hives that I made. And let's just make sure that I have a flight potion. I have... Ooh, you know what? I'm just going to refill that flight potion before I go over there, just to be safe. I'm sure it's not going to take me all that long to get it done, but I don't want to get caught, with my proverbial pants down. So let's just go ahead and fill up some charges on my potion. I had to make another bunch of weak filling agents because I used up my previous one. And I think I would like to make I don't know if I've corrected myself on it already or not. I've said 2 different things about this. I've said that you get 2 charges, and I've said that you get 3 charges. It's neither. You have a chance of getting 2 or 3 charges. I think it's kind of just random from the weak filling agent. Sometimes you get 2 charges, and sometimes you get 3. And that seems to be in the current blood magic version as well. So yeah, there's that. On over to the end. And I'm going to be right here on the thing, and maybe where do I want to put these? I need a bunch of end stone. I guess I don't really need to go far, and I have no idea where the exit's at. Great, I know it's around. That was the other thing I wanted to do, was to bring a exit. Oh, well, it don't matter. I have a warp book. Thank goodness for warp books. So I'm just going to make a 5x5 right here of end stone. Okay, and I want to basically just surround the hives entirely. I brought 6 hives. I hope that isn't enough. Really hope that's enough. Okay, so this area right here should be good. I've only got 2 pieces left. I might as well just go ahead and put them down, because I believe the more end stone in the area, the better. Depends on the bee. So if I go ahead and toss these guys right there, and wait about 2 minutes and come back, I should be able to tell, or I should know whether or not I got my bees. So I'm going to pause my recording for a second, and I'll come back after 2 minutes. Okay, it looks like at least one of my, oh, there, 2 of my things have converted to Oblivion hives. That is good. Just wait a few more moments, see if any of the other ones, and no, that looks like it. 2 out of 6. Not bad, considering it said that they're a little more difficult to attract than other bees. I will take it. Give me those guys. And I'm just going to go ahead and pick these up to take back. No point in leaving them behind. Not too worried about the end stone. So I'm just going to use my warp book to go home. Whoa. Okay, back to home with my Oblivion drones. Oblivion drones? So I don't know if that's what I needed or not. Let's look that up. I wanted Jaded bees. Jaded bees come from Ender princesses. That's Oblivion. So how do I get Ender princesses? Doesn't say. If I look in here, do I have any special hives? Let me look that up, and I'll be right back to see if I can figure out what's up here. Okay, I'm back. I have figured out what I did wrong, at least I think I did. Oblivion bees require their view to the sky blocked, and apparently Ender bees do not. So I need to go back over with some hives, and it looks like I'm running low on oil, so I have to wait for some of that to process. What can I do in the meantime? Well, let me jump back up here. Lettuce! I could turn in lettuce, because I'm pretty sure that, yeah, my Oblivion, or my Enderstone stuff has completed. If I go with for the hoarding quests and look in here, yep, not the end. Has completed. I don't want a dragon because, no, that would just destroy stuff and have no real use for it. Anyway, I will definitely go with the reward bag and some enderfish. And a couple of books that are just kind of eh. I will drop those down on this level. Just toss them in there for now. Actually, while I am right here, enderfish are pretty cool looking fish, so I will go ahead and replace that carp and put the other one in there. Yeah, that looks cool. But I wish I gotta find a better texture pack from agriculture, because I know there's some out there that make these look really cool by basically using photographic fish for those models. Cod. Cod, you need to stay down here though. You go in here? Yeah. Okay. So I got Oblivion Princesses for the future. Some Ender Lilies for my quest. Artificial Scented, okay. And another life, bringing me to 77. Not too bad. With my magic garden and everything, I have been able to get enough lettuce to do that quest now. If I go ahead and tell this to do lettuce, and then come back up here to the Hell's Kitchen quest. Quest line, there's only 2 left in here. Leafy green, so I can go ahead, not manual, select that, and tell it to start doing that. And yeah, it's going to start pumping in crazy amounts of lettuce real fast. Especially now that I got the duct under there, you know, moving them faster yet than the hopper. Because the hopper, it's kind of slow at putting stuff into the QDS by itself, which is why I wanted to do that upgrade. But now that I have enough lettuce, I don't need to be growing 4 patches of lettuce. I can actually get rid of this patch over here, which before I can even worry too much about that, I need to go down and set the machine to stop planting lettuce. And to do that, I want to tell it to plant something that it doesn't have, which is going to be melons. There we go, get some actually get all those melon seeds because I'm going to need them to plant here in a second, because I'm going to turn this into a melon patch for 2 reasons. Let's just tell this to plant melon seeds in every patch, and I can just leave the lettuce in there and I don't have to worry about changing any other settings for the time being. And then I can just come up here, remove the lettuce, yeah, I'm going to go ahead, get rid of all this lettuce, because I'm going to plant melons up here. I don't actually need the seeds. I don't want it to plant in every square, so I'm going to go alternating squares. There. Same here, alternate. That way there is plenty of spots for the actual melons to form in between the plants. That's just how melons work. And there. And I might, well, there's probably going to be some melons form outside of the garden, but that's okay. Not going to be too concerned with it. Get these all planted, and then I shouldn't need to have these going too long. Well, what's going to happen is I'm going to use these melons to make vinegar with, because I've got a little bit of fruit and apples, I probably could get a good start on the vinegar, but I think it requires 10,000 or so. So that's going to be a lot more than the materials I have in the system at the time. So if I look at that quest real quick, and I'm already at 64% of the lettuce, it's getting it turned in pretty fast. So I look at that, yeah, it's 10,000 vinegar. It's a lot of vinegar. So if I go with, now I should be getting some melon, right? I am. Now fortunately I can juice, there's the juicer, and I can juice some melon. And then, what is it you do that? I think you put the melon, or the juice, into a pot. Ooh, yeah, the Pam's obviously had a upgrade in there. That's actually kind of nice. So yeah, a stack of melon equals a stack of vinegar. So that's 10,000 melon, or 10,000 of some kind of fruit. I definitely don't have 10,000 apples. Plus apples I am using for making my breakfast food. My current food of choice, because that's what's in the system. Which I need to make some, so let's just go ahead and craft me a stack of, make me a stack of meals, because I'm out right now. I'll go ahead and manual spit that. You see a stack doesn't even budget. I'm going to need to make quite a lot of vinegar. So, in an effort to make vinegar, I'm going to do it, or well, to make it easier to make vinegar or whatever. I'm going to use melons because I can grow them very rapidly in the magic garden over here. Especially if I go down and turn it on. It's off right now. So I got to keep an eye on my life pole whenever I have this on, because the other day I allowed it to run all the way out, my life pole, and I had some really nasty nausea, and it was really hard to even get to the switch to turn it off. And then I still had the nausea because I had to go down and actually put some life pool into the, or kill something to get some life pool into it, because once I ran out of life pool, my well of suffering ritual down there stopped working too. So I guess you have to have a certain amount of life pool for even for the well of suffering ritual to work in the first place. So if you run it completely out, it will not auto restart itself, more basically. At least once you take whatever is draining it, turn it off. So, nasty. Let me get the pot, let me get the juicer, and let me do some blanks. I'm pretty sure that I don't have any spare blanks right now in the system, and in my encoder down here. Oh, and I need some melon. I probably didn't save any juice. Oh well. So juice and watermelon, juicer and watermelon. Encode that. Toss. Put on a different page. Put it over here with the rest of the foodstuffs. And is there anything I don't need in here right now? No, I want to keep the cheeseburger in there because I have a sneaking suspicion I'm going to need that one again. And there, my breakfast should be ready, and I needed it. B-R-E-A spell. What? No? Something. Missing something. What am I missing? Silken tofu and potatoes. Really? I'm out of potatoes? Oh snap. Which means it's time to reset this garden right above me. Which I need flight to get up there easily. Come up here. This one needs to be reset. Oh, I could have swore I had potatoes in there. Where do I have potatoes at? Do I not have any spare potatoes? I apparently don't have spare potatoes. Uh-oh. Well, that's going to be a bit of an issue. Okay. Let's just clear that so it's not going to try to use up any potatoes that I might get into the system. And I'm going to need to, let's see, soybean is going to need to go there, and there, and there. I'm going to need a bunch more soybeans in the future. Bummer. Toss that back in there. Craft a melon juice. And let's get the melon juice and pot. Makes a vinegar. Watermelon vinegar. Yummy. Works for me. So yeah, that one's ready to go for next. And it looks like that quest has been completed. So I craft one of these. Come over here and tell this it now needs the vinegar. Come in here and select that task and tell it, there we go, aged juice. It'll now start doing that. Nope, I gotta change that to move single craft. And now I should be getting a little something going on, maybe. What's up here today? Whoops. I probably should have put this monitor on the bottom. Okay, no, it's processing. It's pulling out of the hopper. Yeah, I seen one go through. Pulling out of the hopper so fast now with that duct. You know, almost don't even know. Almost can't tell that it's even in there. I'm probably running out of time now. I didn't really get my main goal accomplished, but I did get a lot of quests completed. Main goal being to get that ender bee. Well, that golden bag of holding looks entirely different now. Put some of this stuff away that I'm not using right now. And I will have to kill some zombies to get some potatoes between now and the next episode. I will also go back after I get some more of my hives. I will go back over to the end between episodes and set those up properly to see if I can get some actual ender bees instead of oblivion bees. What else? Oh yeah, I have one other quest I can turn in, which is the leafy greens. Turn that one in. Ooh, whole growth. Nice. And I bet that one has repair on it, doesn't it? No? It does not. It's just a basic whole growth. Well, it's okay. Still pretty nice. And another epic reward bag. Oh, that's interesting. Cursed Earth, and a division sigil. Is that a... it's an inactive. Another inactive. I've got plenty of inactive ones. And blackout curtains. The Cursed Earth I might actually use in improving my room down here. I can put that down in the room underneath the altar. That might help the rate at which it refills. Can jump back up here. How's this doing? Plenty of melon over there, so doing just fine. Did I leave this on? No, it's off. Or no, it's on actually. So how's my life pool? It's up there. I'm going to go ahead and flip that off for now so I don't forget and get nauseous when I come back. So yeah, that's I think this is where I'm going to wrap this up. I got some cleanup done, organization, some drives made. I'll finish those up between episodes. I will get the ender bees, hopefully, between episodes. And yeah, I showed you the upgrade to the textures. Those are some of those are quite nice. A few of them are going to take a little getting used to, especially now that the golden bag of holding looks just like my forestry backpacks. So I'll get that one confused a bit. And I got to get some potatoes between this episode and next somehow. They could probably be killing a bunch of zombies. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. If you didn't, let me know what I did wrong. Maybe I can improve on it for the next one. Anyway, later.